welcome back to the Marvelous Donahues.
Marvel heads.
If you don't already know, my name is Kathy.
I'm Tom. How are you doing?
And we are the Marvelous Donahues. We are talking about the Disney Plus Marvel shows. We're going to review Loki and WandaVision and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And like I said before, we're going to throw in a few others that we just like.
Talk about Mandalorian maybe?
Yes, definitely. But you know what? You didn't come here to hear us talk, but actually you did. You did come here to hear us talk.
I think they did.
But we're going to talk about, just like we said, episode number 2 of Loki. If you have not already watched episode 1, please go back and do our review.
And like I tell people, if you're expecting clips from the movie, we're not going to be doing clips.
No.
I mean, a TV show, I should say.
Yeah.
We're not going to be doing clips. Well, we wouldn't do clips from the movies either.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. Well, you know what? To be honest, you guys, we're still learning how to do this. So our clips or our show, I'm going to keep calling it a show because that's what it is to me. Our show is going to be lightly edited, what I can do in GarageBand. And like I said before, if you guys have any tips or strategies, let us know in the comments. But Tom, let's get started.
Okay.
Listen, people, Loki got a job, okay? He got a job.
What happened to the Asgardian monarch? I'm trying to figure this out. He looked one way, in the movies and some of the other stuff, and now
he got a shirt and tie, okay? Just like the rest of us going to work.
He's got a shirt and tie, and he's like a 9-to-5 person, like a lot of us are working a job.
Yeah.
What?
Well, and that's what really kind of got me, because I'm like, what happened here? Flip me back to, or looking back to episode 1. They said the TVA time works differently. Mm-hmm. How long has Loki been there to make him put on a tie and a shirt?
Now, if this has been, and we say this all the time because we want to kind of caveat a little bit, we're like, we don't know the comic strips. Mm-hmm. We don't know. Mm-hmm. What's going on in different books or different comic strips and stuff. Yeah. So I call it comic strips.
No,
comics.
It's fine. Yeah.
So I'm dating myself. I call it comic strips from way back in the day. But anyway, that's that. If you know kind of how that works,
yeah, definitely.
Feel free to let us know.
Yeah, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, he's fitting in, training and all that kind of stuff. And that kind of transition, that's why I'm like, how long has he been there? Yeah. Because we know that he was having some sort of feelings the last show.
Yeah, because the first show, to me, just to be honest, the first show was more, psychological. It was more psychological. Like, where am I? What am I doing? Where am I? But now this one kind of comes out as being more philosophical. So if you all are in philosophy, we'll talk a little bit about that tonight. But that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, well,
and when you talk philosophy, you gotta do it right. You gotta be like,
look, I'll let Tom stick to the philosophy. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm keeping it real. And listen,
I'm gonna make a T-shirt like this. How about give me your comments about what you think about this look, this pose?
People.
Philosophy.
Tell them the truth, okay? But, it was just strange to see him transform so much.
Right.
And so quickly as it looks to us. But TVA time, who knows? Right. He could have been there for years.
Yeah. And that's what I thought about. Like, when I saw that, I was like, is it nurture or is it nature? It wasn't raised this way, because he had a certain way he was living his life.
Like a prince.
And now it's like his nature. It's like, he's conforming to the world around him.
Or so it looks.
Or so it looks like.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And so it
sometimes
looks.
You can feel that way, right? So.
Yeah. So it looks. But another point that I wanted to make was about the TVA itself. Okay. they start off and they're in 1985, and people see them, right? They're all about, okay, variants are messing up the time and
doing
this
these
timeline.
doing these Nexus events.
And are they creating one? They show up in 1985 and like basically reset time. And that was funny too. Well, not funny, haha, but funny, like Loki was like, listen, y'all basically killing people, right? You know, you're basically resetting time and getting rid of all the evidence that you've ever been there. So after they left that Renaissance fair, did they kill all those people? Or because we saw some of the evidence start to fade away,
right? It dematerialized.
Yes.
That I don't know what you call that thing, that little bomb thing.
Yeah,
they set up, because remember,
it looks like a little lantern.
They gotta get, before they get to that red line on that thing, so they can reset the event. They gotta blow that thing up.
Right.
So what? Like she's saying, what happened is kind of like we're gonna use different science fiction phrases like time space continuum. Like, okay, did this alter? You know, so that led me to kind of my first philosophy point. Like, okay, is the TVA, are they really hurting more than they're helping?
Yeah.
Aren't they also causing Nexus events?
Right.
And disrupting the timeline and giving the timekeepers, whoever they are, more work to do.
Right.
I don't know. That's just how I think.
It's weird. It's weird. It's like giving themselves jobs or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess another point that I wanted to talk about, and during this show, I'm gonna keep calling it show, you guys. During this show that Tom and I are doing the reviews, I'm gonna probably say something crazy like flashback or something. I have all these little quirky things that I like to say. So, but so you know, kind of get used to it. Later,
I'll be you guys for a minute. What?
Translate. But what I want to say is that getting back to Loki and his just transformation, you know, his relationship with Owen Wilson, you know, how Owen Wilson is kind of doing the carrot and the stick, but then a little bit like, okay, we've got this push and pull. They're like yin and yang, if you know what I mean.
I really like Owen Wilson in this series.
Me too.
I think I've said this before, but if I haven't, I really like him. I thought when I first saw the previews, like before it came out, I'm like, Owen Wilson, really? I'm like, well, but you know what? He has this dry wit. He has this dry, sarcastic wit. Yeah. He's kind of like, reminds me of like Tim Allen a little bit, right? If you know Tim Allen's comedy, he's kind of like got that sarcasm. Right. So that's that kind of bounces off Loki's character. Yeah. Because Loki is still, hey, I'm Loki. I'm master of mischief. I'm the god of mischief, or whatever he says.
God of 9 to 5, okay?
And, yeah, exactly. And, you know, and I thought about that because I'm like, gosh, I can kind of relate to Loki now. Right. Because before, as an Asgardian lord or whatever he was, I couldn't really relate to the guy. But now I'm like, he's looking at his own life. And I was telling her before we started, and I was like, he's like looking at his life in statistics. But guess what? They're not really his statistics. He didn't do any of this stuff. Right. Because he's not the Loki of that timeline.
And that's freaky, you guys. Because he's seeing this stuff. So when he goes to the library, gets his record, and he realizes for the first time that Asgard has been destroyed, his little teeny tiny bit of a tear getting ready to come out. But then when he goes to talk to Owen Wilson in the cafeteria, he's fine. Owen's like, oh yeah, man, I'm sorry about your planet blowing up. And he's like, oh, whatever. You know, so it's like an on and off switch of emotions for him that really gets me. And I'm like, oh, okay. But, and since I've already started off with that conversation in the cafeteria, let's keep it going, okay?
Okay.
Hey, what did you want to say? And then I'll jump in.
You know, so back to the beginning of the segment, I said, well, you know, it seems like this was an episode of philosophy, you know, and he brought a lot of stuff up. You know, there were things where they had the phrase, you know, the philosophy of nothing matters, there are no consequences.
That was
you know,
Loki,
and that's kind of, is that true? You know, and then the other one, you know, to believe or not to believe, or just accept. You know?
Yeah.
And then the last one I had was, and you've got a couple, but existence is chaos. Is that what, and see, this is where I get to the question, like, is that the timekeepers want to have chaos? Because sometimes people want chaos, they want a lot of confusion so they can stay in power.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking, hey, what about that?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good thought.
And my underlying thing is are the timekeepers, are they Hydra?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good one.
I don't know.
That's a
just
good
throwing that out
one.
there.
I don't know.
Hydra. I thought I wanted to wait all day to say that. Hydra.
And for myself, when I'm thinking about that conversation, when I kind of picked it apart a little bit, what I came up with was Owen Wilson said, "It's real because I believe it's real." So is he telling us that it's not real? You know, is he giving us little, they call them Easter eggs, you know, is it real? You know, what is real? You know, is it real? Okay, I show up, I go to work, it's real, you know, and...
But that's like the Matrix.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't mean to go there, but it's like the red pill and the blue pill.
Right. Yeah. And the final thing I wanted to say is that about the conversation, I'm looking down, you guys, because I wrote notes because I wanted to make sure I talk about it. When Loki says, "No one bad is truly bad, and no one good is truly good." And I think he's talking about himself, because when you see that little bit of teardrop, or him being emotional about his mom, you know, and them taking a picture of his soul or his aura, you know, there is something there, you know, that leads me to believe there's little snippets of goodness in him, you know, him saving his brother, just different things that he's done in other movies.
She says it the best. She's like, if you cry, you know, if you cry, there's still a little bit of heart in you. There's still a little bit of emotion in you, that you're still alive inside.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, you know, because I thought back to when I saw that, I thought back to when Loki was, remember when he was in the prison cell, that one movie, and he materialized, he looks all great, and then he dematerializes a little bit, he shape shifts, and he's really broken up because his mom. Yeah. I think that was the one where.
Yeah, I think that was his mom died. Yeah.
You know, but you saw there a glimmer of vulnerability, because before he was always so brash and very.
Yeah, you know, he's got it all together. Even after, you know, he's taking people's eyeballs out. You know, he's got something going on there. But my final point is, what? The variant is a lady, okay? A lady, a girl, a woman.
You know what I was hoping it was going to be? I was hoping it was going to be like Tom Hiddleston's opposite. Like it'd be his dog.
Oh, it's
like,
the opposite.
That's what I was hoping. I was like going, oh darn.
It is the opposite.
But you know, it was
the
funny.
Complete opposite.
Remember the scene where they're standing there, they say, we're going to go find the variant. He's a Loki like you.
Yes.
But then they showed pictures in the background, and there was not one that I saw. You guys correct me. There wasn't a woman in that.
Yeah.
So who is she? Where does she come from? Because all the creatures behind him, like I was saying to her earlier, I was like, they all seem like Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of like beasts
or monsters. But they all look like Loki, and they were all men, okay? How, y'all know what I'm getting ready to say, ladies, right? They didn't think a woman could be that vicious, kill so many people, and, you know, be able to pull that off. So to me, that's why they did that to me. That's what I'm thinking. But
I don't think I want to comment at this point. Yeah. You know why, right, ladies? I'm outnumbered.
Yeah. But listen, you guys, we don't want to talk your ear off. We want to hear what you have to say. Yeah. Come on, join the community, like and subscribe. If this is your type of thing, you know, join our Marvelhead community.
Marvel heads
and family.
We love doing this,
and
you know, we love everything Marvel.
Yeah.
And you know what? We were just looking for some heroes, and you know what? We started with Iron Man way back in the day. Remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still waiting for Bob Downey. So
Yeah.
if anybody knows Bob Downey, or any of the Chris's,
Right,
or anybody, have them join us.
Yeah, tell them about our show. Have them join us. But for right now, you guys, this is the end of our segment.
Yes.
And we're the Marvelous Donahues. I'm Kathy.
I'm Tom. Thanks for joining.
We'll see you the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.